Hey learners, how are you? Welcome to the English online class. Here your teacher, Amita. Today we are going to discuss the question answers of We are not afraid to die if can all be together. Let's start. Question 1. As you can see on the screen, list the steps taken by the captain to protect the ship when rough weather began. Second, to check the flooding of the water in the ship. Now the answer. In order to protect the ship from rough weather, the captain decided to slow it down. Means he wanted to protect the ship from rough weather as the weather was very critical. So the captain decided to slow down it. So he dropped the storm jib and lashed heavy mooring rope in a loop across the stern. Then they double, fastened everything and went through their life raft drill. Second, Larry and Hub, who were crewmen, started pumping out water. The efforts which the crewmen did were they both started pumping out water. The captain stretched the canvas and secured waterproof hatch covers across the gaping holes. There were holes in the ship, and the captain stretched canvas and secured waterproof hatch and covers across the gaping hole. And what he did next? When the two hand pumps blocked because of debris and electric pump short-circuited, he found another electric pump and connected it to an out pipe and started it. So he arranged one more electric pump and started it to pump out the water from the wave walker. So this was the first question. Now I am coming to the next question. Here you can see an image where you will see that what is a storm jib. Storm jib was a small jib of heavy canvas set to a stay to help to control the ship in bad weather. Fine, you can see the picture. Now the next one, question 2. Describe the mental condition of the Voyagers on 4th and 5th January. So what was the mental condition of the Voyagers? As you know, who were the Voyagers? Yes, here is the answer. On January 4, the Voyagers felt relieved after 36 hours of continuous pumping water. Fine, they pump out the water and after 36 hours, they were relaxed. They had their first meal in almost 2 days. After 2 days, they ate something. Their relaxation was, their respite was but short-lived. That was not for a long time. They faced dangerous situation on January 5. Fear of death loomed large. Still there was fear of death and they were under great mental stress. They were stressed because of the situations. I'm coming to the third question. Here you can see, describe the shifts in the narration of the event as indicated in the text. Give a suitable title to each section. Yes, here is the answer. The first section describes a peaceful journey. As you have seen that when they started their journey, it was very peaceful and it was very safe. And from where it was started and where they went, from Plymouth, England to 3,500 kilometers to Cape Town, east of Cape Town. It was in Africa. So the narrator is relaxed and full of confidence. Narrator was very relaxed. He was very happy because the commencement of journey was okay. It was fine. It was delighted. But as the weather deteriorated, the weather was now not pleasant. It was dangerous. The wind blew. There was storm. They faced gigantic waves The large waves come over their ship, the wave walker. They took precautions to save themselves and struggle with the disaster. They took many precautions to save their wave walker, to save themselves, but there was a very big disaster. The narration becomes grim, but it excludes the fighting spirit. So, confidence and strong willpower. Fine. So, what happened next? By the morning of January 6, Wave Walker rode out of the storm, and by evening they sighed, means they relaxed. It came out of the dangerous situation. The Amsterdam Island. They reached the Amsterdam Island, and the narrator is now relaxed. What happened next? Joy, relief, and complete confidence are apparent. They were very confident now, they were relaxed now, and they were full of joy. It was very clear, it was very evident and apparent that they felt very happy. The subtitle to each section is Section 1, Cheerful Journey, and Section 2 can be named as Facing the Wave, and Section 3, Searching the Island. So, these are the three names of various sections. Section 1, Section 2 and Section 3. Let's come to the next question, and this question comes under the category of discuss the following questions with your partner. So, I'm your partner here and we are discussing the questions. Now, the question is, what difference did you notice between the way in which the adults and the children reacted when faced with dangers? As you know, when the adult faced the danger, their reactions was different. But the children, when faced the danger, their reaction was different. So let's see what was the reaction of adults and children. Here, there is a lot of difference between the way in which the adults and the children reacted when they faced with danger. So there was a great difference between the reaction of both. The adults felt the stress of the circumstances, means the adults were stressed. They were not happy. They were showing negative reaction. They were feeling stressed. They were depressed. Their feeling of depression was expressed on their face. But what happened regarding the children? Regarding the adults, first, they prepared themselves to face the danger. Fine, the adults prepared themselves to face the danger. They took sufficient precautions to protect the ship when the rough weather began. As you know, that the wind was blowing, there was large waves coming over the wave walker, and there was 100% chance to sink in the ocean. So they took precautionary measures. Fine. So they equipped everyone with lifeline, waterproof clothes, and life jackets. So these arrangements were done by the adults. Larry and Herb worked cheerfully and optimistically. So these two crewmen worked optimistically and energetically for the 3 days continuously to pump out water from the ship. So these two crewmen were very helpful to the narrator. Mary replaced the narrator of the wheel, and when the deck was smashed, there was a situation when the deck was smashed, then the wheel was handled by Mary. She replaced herself instead of the narrator and steered the ship, and she started driving the ship. She also served them meal after 2 days of struggle against the odds. So the situations were very odd and they all were struggling. And after 2 days, she served the meal to everyone in the wave walker. The narrator performed his role as captain with courage, determination, resourcefulness, and full responsibility. So you can see the qualities of the narrator here. He was very responsible. He was determined. He was full of courage. He had so many resources and he paid his responsibilities toward the persons who were sailing in the wave walker. So he undertook repair work also and provided apparatus, help and directions needed to protect the ship. He did a lot. He protected the ship. He protected each member of his ship. He also helped in steering the ship, as you know, forward the island. So he wanted to reach to the island, and he just drive the ship. He steered the ship towards the island. The children suffered silently. They had a great potential. They had a great patience, and they did not even share the sufferings which they suffered from with the parents also. So they were very patient. Sue did not want to bother her father, as she knew that her father was doing and dealing with so many troubles. So she did not share her injuries, her troubles, her sufferings with the parents. John acted courageously. Yes, the son also acted courageously. He was afraid to die if all of them perished together. Now the next question. Let's begin. Here, question number 3. What lesson do we learn from such hazardous experience when we are face to face with death? So what message you get from the chapter? If somebody faces hazardous experience like this, or if we are face to face with death, what hazardous experience we learn from such situation? Let's start the answer. Hazardous experience may bring us face to face with death, but they impart us many important lessons of conduct. It means that hazardous experience may bring us face to face death, but these type of situations convey us a message how to behave in such disastrous situation. Experience makes a man better in life. So bad experience gives much more advantageous lesson in the life than good situation. So hazardous experience will bring a better lesson than the normal situations. Here also the conduct changed, the behavior of the people changed, and they learned a lot in the situation. And we people also, when suffer a lot in the life, then we learn so many things in the life. Fine. So life is not always a bed of roses, as it is commonly said. Life is not a bed of roses. Means happiness is not only there in the life. We must react to dangers and risks with patience and fortitude. Adversity is the true test of character. So if your character is strong, you will react in a positive manner in the adversity also. So the purity of gold is judged by putting it in the fire. And yes, if you are a pure gold, then you can face any type of circumstances. As you know that gold is judged by putting it in the fire. So the hazardous situations or experiences bring out the best in us. Coward person die many times before the death, but courageous people die only once. So fear is a negative feeling and leads to inactivity and abject surrender to circumstances. Such sailors or soldiers lose their battles against the odds in life. On the other hand, person with self-confidence, courage, resourcefulness and presence of mind face all the dangers boldly and overcome disaster. Means those persons who have confidence, who has courage, who are having resourcefulness and who has presence of mind can come out of the worst situations also. So their sharing and caring attitude inspires other also to face the adverse circumstances boldly and tide over them. So this was the third question. My dear learners, we have completed 3 questions of this section. Now I'm coming to the fourth question. You can see on the screen. Why do you think people undertake such adventurous expedition in spite of the risk involved? Now, the answer is man is adventurous by nature. We all like adventures. The greater the risk, the more the thrill. If we don't have any risk in the life, we will not enjoy the life. The life become enjoyable because of the thrill, because of the risk, because of the adventure. So the thrill of exploring unknown lands, discovering wealth and beauty lying hidden in far off lands inspires brave hearts to stake their life of rest and repose. Perhaps, yes, here, perhaps they value one crowded hour of glory more than a long, uneventful life of sloth and inactivity. So, the life, if short, no worry. The life should be excited. The life should be thrilled. The life should be adventurous. The life should be full of, new experiences, new risk. Okay. So, life may be short or long, it doesn't matter, but life should be full of excitement. So they draw lessons from the shortcoming and errors of others and make fresh attempts with greater zeal. Part of the charm of an adventurous expedition lies in adapting oneself to the bring name, circumstances, and overcoming the odds. So the success of an adventurous expedition bring name, fame, and wealth. If you will come out of your fears, if you will come out of the odds, if you will come out of your a negative environment, then definitely you will earn the name, fame, and wealth. History books are replete with accounts of famous explorers like Columbus, Vasco da Gama, Captain Cook. So, my dear learner, let's enjoy the learning. Subscribe my channel and hit the bell button to get the notification of the uploaded videos. Goodbye, have a nice time, and keep learning, keep watching